Today, we are going to discuss fair use and how it works. Let's get started. Many people wonder, what is fair use? And how do I navigate a world where I cannot use anything that people have made for myself? What is fair use? Any copying of copyrighted material done for a limited and transformative purpose, such as to comment upon, criticize, or parody a copyrighted work. Fair use is the guidelines that help the public utilize copyright material while still protecting the copyright holder from loss of revenue or their idea. People have amazing ideas, and there may be times when you want to share part of that idea. Sometimes you want to share things like a video clip, a funny GIF that you know your students could use as a writing prompt during the winter season, or a cartoon script that you critique in an art course. All of these are great examples of fair use, but there are still a lot of questions. Sometimes this idea can leave people lost in the grass, so let's dive in. Proper fair use normally comes into play when you are transforming the material into something for your use. That word transform can be broken down into doing one of two things: commenting and criticizing, or parody. Still a little confused? Let's first start with this. We need to talk about, what does commenting and criticizing look like? Commenting and criticizing can be as simple as recording and posting a book report or a video review. It can also be utilized in the classrooms when you use copyright material to help educate your students. Anytime you're putting your personal comments out on a work, the reason it would fall under fair use is if you took lines from the book for your report, or you quoted some lines for your video review. By me, Sarah Hickman. Parody: an imitation of the style of a particular writer, artist, or genre with deliberate exaggeration for comic effect. What this means is if you want to imitate a movie, imitate a genre, or deliberately exaggerate something for comedy, that is parody. Movies like the Scary Movie franchise and the Epic movie have made enormous amounts of money taking one genre, making fun of it, and changing it to a whole new genre than the original: comedy. By over-exaggerating characters and throwing things from many movies into one, these movies have become parodies of the original in a hilarious way to demonstrate fair use. The transformative factor of fair use looks at the idea of, have you added to the material to transform it in some way, or transform the purpose of the material? If you instead took the whole movie and allowed your students to download the entire movie for free and never utilize it as an educational item, that would not be fair use. For instance, showing movie clips that are meant for entertainment to educate students and allow them to comment on them is transformative. Now let's talk about nature. Not that kind of nature. The nature of the material takes into account the reason that the material was created. Are you looking at scholarly publications that have an intended use to inform and teach, or are you working with materials that were meant to entertain instead? The amount taken is more important than many things. Did you copy an entire work, or did you only take what you needed? Was it a small portion that never shows the heart of the material or the entire meaning? Or did you take so much that a person would not need to look at the original to understand exactly what that item is? Finally, you have to look at the effect that your use puts on the market for that material. Did your use cause that item to not make money? Did you make the creator miss out on income? That is not fair use. Examples could be allowing people the use of items that they did not pay for. That's stealing. This includes things like sharing paid-for music for third-party download, or putting a digital textbook online for several people to read and not pay for. Above all, even with fair use, you should always cite your sources so they get the credit for the hard work that they have done.